Joseph Pizza, welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is chishazed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
We've got yet another woman who's upset that her husband moved on after she divorced him, and he moved on, get this, happily. But before I go on, I'd like to give a shout out to HL Talk That Thought YouTube channel, where I actually found this lady's story. That channel sourced this story and all the videos that you're going to see here. So if you enjoy this video, you probably enjoy the rest of the videos that are a lot like this that he has on his channel. Let's get it.
I am honestly really sad right now, if you can tell.
We can tell.
That's like the weirdest thing about grief is like, didn't cry for 2 days, was good for 2 days, and now I'm by myself, and it's just like the hurricane, like it's here again, you know? It's, the tsunami is back. Like, it's just so hard, and like, I'm frustrated because I, got, my whole world got disheveled. And I feel like he has moved on, and he is healed and moved on and doesn't care about me, which I don't want him to come back into my life, but it still just sucks, I can't imagine, thank you guys for sharing stuff, like stories that you've gotten through this and it's been however many years, because I could not imagine that.
So you divorced him and you're surprised that he moved on, gave you what you wanted, and he's happy. You should be happy for him. Isn't this what you wanted? Doesn't care about you? Did you care about him when you left him? Let's keep watching.
I can't imagine being with someone for a really long time and going through this, Sorry if you can hear my cat literally playing in the background.
So by the way, guys, she was only married to her husband for a year. Let's keep listening.
Like, I was only with him for 4.5 years, 1 year married. I could not imagine, though, being with him for longer and this happening, but it's just so sad sometimes, and it's like so hard to have to learn how to do life by yourself again. Like, you don't have that person to call all the time or that best friend to go do things with. And that's what scares me. I've never truly been alone and worked on myself, and I'm terrified of it.
Never been alone and truly worked on yourself. No wonder the marriage failed. You do need to prepare for marriage. And this is the result of a mindset that a lot of women, modern women, have today, where they think they don't have to prepare for anything. But notice the wording they use every time they leave. I never got a chance to work on myself. I need healing. There are things wrong with me. Should have been dealt with before marriage. Just keep listening.
Not me crying on the internet more, but I just want to share all of it, the good and the bad, so that I have this to look on a year from now and know that I did heal, but also to help anybody else who's going through heartbreak. Like, heartbreak sucks. It sucks so bad. You like physically feel the pain, emotionally, mentally, everything. And again, I had 2 really, really good days, did not cry at all those 2 days. And then, as soon as I'm by myself, or as soon as, I do something or something triggers me, it just all comes flooding back. And like, it's just a lot. Grief sucks. This whole thing sucks so bad. And I'm literally praying and thinking about anybody else going through a divorce or a really bad heartbreak, because this shit sucks.
All right, guys, there you have it. So what I'm about to play you guys next is a video of her in about a year from the last time she posted the video we just watched. Shout out to, again, HL Talk That Thought for sourcing this content here. But you're going to see here a year later, and she's going to describe how she's doing. Let's find out.
Happy Easter if you celebrate. I just wanted to talk about the fact that it's okay to sit down and miss the person sometimes, miss the connection you had. I think a lot of the times I try, and I think I'm really strong about what happened to me most of the time. And I think that I haven't cried about my ex in a long time, actually. But today, I just kind of sat down And this is a holiday I probably would have spent with his family too. And it's okay to just like miss what you had sometimes. Like, I know that we try and tell ourselves like, well, you know, they weren't right for us, or maybe they were a bad person, or maybe they did this, or they did this to you. And like, while I think that's true, and like, I think that you can tell yourself that. I mean, that's like, I try and put on this really, sorry, this is very rambly, but I really did just pick up the camera and start talking.
We can tell you didn't think about what you're doing, but hey, you got an audience here. A year later, and she's still not over her husband. Mind you, she was the one that was supposed to be doing better and happy, and she left her marriage to be better off. Doesn't look like she's better off to me. But I may be wrong. What do you guys think? Comment down below. Let's keep watching.
I think what I'm trying to say is that we tell ourselves, or at least I do, if I'm thinking about my ex, I typically am just like, nope, not going to think about him. Like, we're detaching, you know what I mean? And that works the majority of the time. But sometimes you can just sit down and cry. You can sit down and let out your feelings. And I think people who don't ever cry about the things, or people who don't ever let themselves think about it, like, we have to think about it. We have to feel the things. And that doesn't make you weak. Like, being vulnerable does not make you weak. I really hate when people say that. Because life is all about the human emotions and what we go through, you know?
There you have it. Life is all about emotions, what we go through. And this spoken like a woman who no longer has a man and is just navigating life with her female intuition. Let's keep listening.
I mean, like, that is literally life. And I just think that it's okay to just sit down and miss what you had. It's okay to, and that's not even me saying, oh, I miss my ex, I miss blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that sometimes I miss having a connection like that, where I felt like, oh, I had a person, right? And like, I had my person. I miss that for sure, but I think sometimes it's okay. It's okay to grieve. It's okay to sit. And I think a lot of the times we try and distract, or we try and fill with voids, or we try and move on to the next person. And some days it's okay to just sit, and it's okay to have a cry and get back out there in life. And I'm sorry that this is so rambly, but happy Easter. I love you guys. Thanks for always listening to me chat.
All right, guys, that's it. 1 year later, still struggling. And I don't think her ex is doing that. Making videos online, crying, literally crying a year later. Pretty crazy if you ask me. As always, we're going to check out some of these comments. Let's see what the people have to say. First comment here says, to all women, if you initiate a divorce, then you have no right to expect your ex to even give a damn if you're alive. I agree with this. I agree with this for sure. Another commenter here says, modern women. That's right. After I divorce you, you better be sad for the rest of your life and regret me leaving. All men. I moved on. It's been years since the divorce and I found my soulmate. Now a reminder that, you know, there's no such thing as a soulmate. Here's another commenter who says 1 year married in quotation marks, and goes on to say she was married for only 1 year, dumped her husband, and then spent a year whining about her decision. Somebody else here says it's interesting to watch her gain weight over the year. I bet the guy is hitting the gym and looks better than before. Somebody else here says once you cast someone away, don't expect them to care about you any longer. She sounds insane. She wanted the divorce. Correct? Here's another comment from another gentleman that reads, sounds like she did him a favor by leaving and he was celebrating. And our final comment here says, imagine divorcing someone and being upset that they are doing better without you. Yeah, imagine that. Well, you don't have to. We've got a clear example of that here on screen and a bunch of other ones. Goes on to say they only get upset about it because the realization sets in that they were the problem. Listen, guys, as always, I'm curious to know, what do you think? Leave your comments down below. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.